thank you all for coming. My name is Nick Ranconi. I am one of the anchor tenants here with In Bloom and Revival. And I just want to say, I'm honored to be standing in front of all of you, talking a little bit about, what's transpired here in the last couple of years for us, which I think is nothing short of completely beautiful and community-driven and perfect, exactly what so many of the people that are involved in this project have come together and sunk so much of their life into, and so much of their vision and creativity. And I think that everyone came together and created something absolutely beautiful. My goal here is not to talk about all of those people. There's an endless amount of people to say thank you to. But the one person that I wanted to talk about to start, because I know that he won't say the things that I'm going to say about him, is Craig Cohen. And I feel very blessed to be a St. Paulite and to have a connection with this area and this space, and coming down here and filling up pitchers of water, jugs of water with my grandparents on a weekly basis. And, I think every one of us here has some sort of imprint of memory of what this building was, but not so much, but maybe only the way that it was in the shadow of the tower in the background, which was restored beautifully. But I think to say something about the challenge that it was to do and pull this off, there are very few people that I've ever met in my life that have the vision, but not only that, but the grit and the determination and just the pure drive to make a community better and take something that's been super challenging for so many people to look at and create something beautiful out of something that has been somewhat maybe not that beautiful for the past couple years. So I think that just to say a little bit more about Craig, because he won't, one of the most humble and understanding and just absolutely beautiful people that I've ever been able to meet in my life. And he and Tracy have become my family in the past couple of years that we've been working on this. And I think that really for me, something that's connected he and I think all of us together in this, is that this feels so much like family, so much like community, and I think of nothing more fitting than something deserving that this neighborhood deserves, that's so community rich and so community rooted, and it has been for such a long time, that now gets something so beautiful that is really honestly a miracle to be able to imagine this and then make it come true. And he's done such a spectacular job with he and his team, and I've been honored to be a part of it on any level that I've been able to be involved. So I just want to say thank you for everyone to showing up. Thank you for letting Craig for letting me talk a little bit about him, because his face is probably really red behind me right now. And I look forward to seeing everybody a lot. Let's make this a place that, St. Paul celebrates, and we all come to share, afternoons and evenings with, and birthdays and any special occasion that we have. And this is something that's truly amazing. Anytime you travel around the country and you see anything that looks even remotely close to this, I think this is something that we can put on a pedestal and be proud of for a long time. And none of this would be possible without Craig and without Todd here. And I'm going to let them talk more about that. But, it's been a long time coming. I'm happy that we're here, and thank you. So.
Welcome, everyone. It's a long time coming. Tracy will be concerned because I'm ad-libbing, and I'm not good at that in public speaking arena. But today I sat and I looked around and I realized how many of you are either family or friends, or just people that I love, and it's not so awkward to talk to you guys, I guess. We've worked on this for 5 years. It was a shell, it was contaminated, it was disgusting, it had holes in the roof and pigeons flying around. And people asked me a lot about the idea and how it came about, and I don't really know the inspiration. I didn't hear of the word food hall at the time, but I love 7th Street, and I have other properties in the block, and really hope that we could create something a little more unique than just an Aldi's, or no offense to Aldi's, but wanted to see something, something unique that would be special to everybody. And through the process, I think it's misleading for me to be standing here alone, because there is a army in this audience that did this, and I just want to thank a lot of them. If you guys bear with me for a second. I want to thank my wife Tracy, my kids Asher and Kylie and Hannah and Claire and Micah for tolerating my obsession with the Schmidt Brewery. My father-in-law Bob and mother-in-law Julie, my father Jeff and Beth, because they supported a lot of this effort. My partners, I have partners that are supposedly silent partners, but they are immersed in the project, and in particular, Dino and Scott, Carolyn, Jeff, and then all the rest of you. Miyoko, where's Miyoko? Somewhere. Miyoko. My sister, my mother, you know, they put money into this when it was nothing, and I was silly enough to think it was for sure going to become this, which was a little bit naive. And then the Jeff Ballantine, who put all the financials of this together, and Tom Harlan, Norm Jones with Winthrop and Weinstein, Brian Alton, Korn Resnick, the PED staff who's here somewhere, Ross Courier in particular. I don't know where Ross is, but Ross, you know, is never relented with us. Jenny Wolf, Martin, and Pete. I want to thank Elizabeth and Michelle, who are here somewhere, and they've done everything. Where are they? Where? Yeah, Elizabeth and Michelle. And other people, PVN, Megan Elliott, Michael Bjornberg, Traceries, Calcon, Prime General Construction, 8 Electric, Acme, Fran, Studio M, AVSI. And then Dave Thune, where's Dave? Yeah, so Dave, you know, he's tolerated me for years, and I bug him and call him and ask him to do everything. And he's been a big supporter in the office and out. Commissioner Ortega, Rebecca Naker, and Deputy Mayor Jamie Tincher. And I want to thank the Federation, I don't know, Ed Johnson, Betty, and the new administration. So anyway, thank you guys. Come back. Sorry. A big one. Phil, where's Phil? I had him on here. Sorry, Aaron Eagle, Mary Kay, Phil, where's Phil? So I just gotta, so Phil has been here for 40 years, and he is the most loving, passionate ambassador for the Schmidt, and all the residents will say that, and he has spent probably 90 hours a week living on this site and taking care of all of us. So Phil's taking care of the site. It wouldn't be here without Phil and Mary Kay and Samson and Aaron Eagle, wherever Aaron is. That's my list. Thank you, guys. Oh. And my brother-in-law, John, who who's also awesome, and he flew in from DC every 2 weeks to make sure that we were on target. So, John, all right, man. Martha Anderson and Jane Anderson, are they here? Just want to make sure I mention them, and Shasta from Timberland. Todd Hovland is our tax credit partner and banker crazy enough to do this deal.
Well, I just want to say thank you. I'm very excited and happy for Craig. I know it's been a labor of love for him. It takes a lot of work and time and effort, and he comes into the bank and he's pretty exhausted every day. And we have a little pep talk, but we're very proud to be a partner in this transaction. It's amazing. To me, it's a destination not only for locally, but like regionally. People are going to want to come to this location. It really surpassed any of my expectations. When you're looking at originally when we came here, it was a vacant building. It was dirty. It was dark. I'm bringing my regional managers in to kind of look at it, see if we want to finance it. And at first, you kind of get a few interesting looks in their face, like, do we really want to do this? But Craig is a visionary. He really has put together an amazing place. I'm very proud to be part of it. And I would also just mention that this is a historic tax credit project. It's very important that without this program, this project doesn't get done, and so we utilize the historic tax credits. Otherwise, you'd have a lot of vacant buildings that don't get utilized. So, congratulations to Craig for putting that together and putting all the pieces. And I think he mentioned all the people that had a key role. So, thank you. B. Kyle with the St. Paul Chamber is supposed to be.
Good afternoon. I am definitely the least among you. My role here really is to welcome you into the family of our employer community. First of all, let's give a round of applause for naivete. Who doesn't love that, right? Seriously. I've been in this community for about 12 years, and it has been 12 years since I took prospects through this space with the pigeons and the holes in the roof, and I waited for the plans to demolish the building. I didn't have a vision for this space, and I left the Port Authority and wound up at the Chamber of Commerce, and it has been such a joy to see absolutely what St. Paul is represented here. Legacy of the past, spirit of the future, a little bit of naivete, lots of joy, and isn't he an adopted son of St. Paul? Yeah. And to continue with this idea about how humble he is, who gives thanks to a city for the work that they do? And I think we need to as well, because the city was really involved in this and they don't get enough credit. So that's a shout out to you guys. So the only thing I have to say is we're open for business and I can't wait to come shopping. Welcome. I'd like to invite Rebecca Naker, City Council Person of Ward 2, who represents this fine area. So I have to apologize in advance. I'm usually a little bit more put together, self-possessed when I speak at these sorts of things, but I have literally just spent the last 20 minutes wandering around this place going, holy... It is so amazing, is it not? I can't get over it. So before I say anything formal, I just want to also recognize, as Craig did, I am reminded every day in this job that I stand on the shoulders of giants, and in this particular occasion, there is a special giant who was pivotal to the success of this project, and that is my predecessor, former council member Dave Thune. So, I have 0.1% of the city to do with this, and 99.9% is all Dave. So some of you may know this, but Craig Cohen and I share a Jewish faith, and that means that we are both highly neurotic, and we really, really like food. And so what that meant was that Craig and I talked about every third day or so about how the project was going and what had to happen next and how we could be helpful and what we could make happen and what things we were a little bit worried about. And then I also continuously pestered him to find out what kind of kosher food would be here, whether the matzo balls would be here, whether the hava would be here. I'm glad it is. But in all seriousness, it is unbelievable to stand here today and see this dream of yours come true. And it is incredible to me to think about the work that you put in and the vision that you've had. I have had 2 babies of my own, and I still can't imagine what this day feels like for you. And it's, it is not just for you, as you know. I mean, you did this for you, but really you did this for the entire community. This is a gem in the crown of St. Paul. It is a huge addition to the West 7th neighborhood, and frankly, I cannot wait until not just the city, not just the region, I can't wait until the entire world finds out about what we have going on here, which I think they will in the next couple of days, given all the publicity, so they'll be here. So congratulations. Thank you for all you've done to support and make the city of St. Paul so much greater. And with that, I'm thrilled to invite up another great champion for the city of St. Paul, Deputy Mayor Jamie Tincher.
Thank you. Mayor Carter wanted to be here. He had to be in DC, and he was super jealous that I got to be here and celebrate this wonderful event with all of you. As Councilmember Naker mentioned, coming into office, Mayor Carter gets to celebrate all of the accomplishments of what Councilmember Thune and so many others made possible today. And so we are so grateful and so thankful for the years of I can't even imagine how much work and just staying with it to get through all of the process and just keep that vision that you all had. We are so grateful and thankful that you saw it through, and we want to be here as you continue and make this the most successful place. The mayor and I talk a lot about what is placemaking and community making, and it's this. When you think about the things that you brag about your neighborhood and your city, it's places like this where you get to tell your friends, hey, let's go visit this place that has bees and mushrooms and donuts and beer. And so those are the things that we're so grateful to be here and to celebrate what vision you put together and what it's going to mean for our city. And we can't thank you enough.
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Thank you.